Hi viewers, my name is Constance Mufulira and we are here at Investing in African Mining Indaba 2025. And I'm honored to be speaking to Ms. Beltz, the Executive Chairman of Beltz Mining Limited. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Constance, for having me.
Thank you so much. How's the mining Indaba going for you so far?
Absolutely brilliant. It is very busy, as you can see. There's a lot of people that have come through. But for us in the mining sector, the exploration sector, this is very exciting for us. Perhaps the busiest time of the year.
Yes. Now you wear so many hats. I follow you on LinkedIn and there's philanthropist, author. So if you were to describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
If I was to describe myself in one word, I would just say I'm a doer. I'm a doer.
Interesting. How did you get into mining? Are you able to give us a bit small background about yourself, where you grew up from, and how you found yourself here?
Absolutely, yes. So I got into mining as a means to bring justice for my people of Zambia, because I live in Perth, which is the mining capital of the world. And when we have a look at a lot of the companies that are listed either on the TSX or ASX that are operating on the African continent, most of them do not have Africans or Zambians on their boards. So for me, the question I was asking myself is, how can we talk about African minerals, the advancement of African minerals without Africans at the decision-making table? And the other reason why I got into the mining sector was to create employment opportunities for our people. So my family left Zambia in the 90s because we were sinking into poverty, and no Zambian family should have to go through that, looking at the fact that we actually sit on one of the best copper belts in the world, and not only copper but also emeralds, citrine, manganese. So we are a world-class tier 1 mining district. So after gaining all these experiences and networks around the world, I thought, let me come back home and do what I can for my people. And it's my retirement plan.
Okay. So we have jobs coming for all of us in the background.
Yes, absolutely.
I also know that you have a project in Mufulira, Copper Belt, in
That's
Zambia.
correct, yes.
Are you doing it all by yourself, or do you have other people?
That's a very good question. So I am not a one-man show. I'm not self-made. I have a team. Mm-hmm. So we have a board in Australia, and we have a board in Zambia, and we also work with Zambian subcontractors. We have a small number of shareholders that are supporting us, because mining is very capital intensive. So it requires a lot of money to do exploration. So I do have people that support me. I'm not alone. But I can say that I am the majority shareholder of the company.
Women in mining.
Exactly.
What minerals are you exploring, and what's the stage?
Well, we're doing copper. I love copper.
Of course.
I've got copper dust between my toes when I was walking around in Mushili Bonano.
Uh-huh.
So we're doing exploration for copper, and we are still in the very early stage exploration, where we're just currently conducting an IP on one of our licenses. And after that, we will, if the results are really good, then we go to a drilling program, make sure that we have a bankable feasibility study, and then we make a decision to mine. So the president has been very clear about reaching the 3 million metric tons, and it's, we're all going to contribute to that.
Yes, we have to. Now, as a Zambian woman in the male-dominated industry, it's not easy. It's not. So what specific barriers have you faced, and how have you overcome them?
Well, I would say that the barriers that I've faced, one is, initially for people to take me seriously, because a lot of the time people thought Onkandu has joined the mining sector and they thought it was a hobby, but it would be a very expensive hobby to undertake.
True.
So I'm not here to play. It's not a hobby, it's a business. And, people's perceptions of me, I stopped worrying about that. What people think about me is none of my business. And my business is what I think about myself. The specific barriers that we have faced is mainly having access to data. It is very expensive to access good quality data in Zambia at the moment, but that problem is being fixed, so which is really, really good. The other biggest problem that we had then was access to finance. So for a very long time, as a woman who is in a mining sector, not with a mining background, people see you as a risk. But then is it a risk worth taking? Because it's also really good to look at what other things has this particular individual achieved, and then also who is the team that is backing her up. So if I can do something, there is team members that will absolutely make sure that the job is done.
It's very encouraging to see women in mining and just doing what they can.
Yeah, no, I always say it. There's a nickname which goes around in Australia and here now in Zambia. They say I'm half a man because I'm in the man's world, and
Yeah.
I just like, it's okay, you can call me whatever you want. But at the end of the day, we're making a difference. We're creating employment. We're adding to the Zambian GDP, and that's what we want to do. We want to make a difference and profit for purpose, because we're not a charity, we're a business.
Of course.
Yeah, so I would say to all the young women there, to the girls, they're not so young, want to get into the sector, there's lots of opportunities.
Thank you so much for sparing the time to.
Thank you for having me, Constance. It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much.